Well, using the opportunity of condemning the arrest
to mention some of these.
These are emotional
outbursts. I don't want to go into what Supreme Court and
yes,
that's
case. Not the story now.
I want to look at Imo State.
Yes.
And concretely look at what's going on in Imo State. I had a talk about it in the morning, and I feel that the factors is a conglomeration, is a coming together of incompatible elements. Incompatible elements in the fact that Labour chose to protest in Imo State close to the governorship election.
Exactly, and then with the violent environment.
Yes, with the violent environment, with the almost militarized and terrorized environment. You chose to hold a protest for workers that have not paid, were not paid, workers that were intimidated, workers that were harassed, according to you, ghost workers removed from the system, and you chose a few weeks before the governorship election. Suspicions will drive.
Exactly.
Now, let's start looking at the merits of this issue. Ajero flew down from Abuja or Lagos, wherever he flew down from. Remember, that was his base before he went national. All right, so in Imo State, Hope Uzodinma holds sway, the governorship candidate of the APC and the incumbent governor of Imo State. He holds sway. There's a Labour Party governorship candidate. So let's begin to draw the inference. Let's begin to draw the map. The Labour Party had always, Nigerians have always had this insinuation that the Labour Party is in tight marriage with the NLC.
Well, this party belongs to them.
Yes, they are totally two different things.
And when
the suspicion had grown to a
it's not a matter of suspicion. There was that time when Labour Party said they had sympathy for Labour.
So
NLC had sympathy for Labour Party.
So immediately
it was like the party of NLC.
NLC.
Yes.
So immediately that protest was proposed. The first thing that shot up through the brains of the APC and then Hope Uzodinma was these people were coming to discredit what I've done in Imo State,
to destabilize,
to entrench and boost the popularity of their candidate. Now, if you I'm not going to call the insult the sensibility of the governor of Imo State, but he would have keyed in if he had come out to have a friendly discussion,
engagement, yes,
with the Labour president. Yes, we are working on it. You see how the economy is. We will try our best to fix all of the demands. It would have gone in his favor.
Well, whatever, if Labour wants to confront you, no sugar-coated pronouncement will save you. The whole thing is that you just hit the nail on the head. It was a protest that was wrongly timed. A lot of people say, well, Labour has had a lot of issues, like I said yesterday on this program. They've lost credibility. What they wanted to do in Imo State was the last kick of a dying horse to get some element of credibility to say, they are proactive, they are active, they can act. But they forgot the political environment, that they were trying to jump into a fray of political combatancy, as it were, that was going on in the Imo State. And knowing their affinity with Labour Party, that was the most unthinkable thing to do. Also knowing that the place was a fragile place, vulnerable, with respect to insecurity and all that, Imo State would have been the last place to go. Now, unfortunately, he was arrested and battered. Did you see his picture?
Yes.
I saw battered. That is the aspect that any journalist will not like
but again,
support.
But of course. And that had really, have you seen the stats?
So
really brought down the popularity of the governor of Imo State.
Exactly.
No, so it now worked in the favor. That was what I was.
He ought not to have arrested him.
It now counting in the favor of Labour.
Exactly. So the error that NLC made by going there is no longer seen.
No,
what people are seeing now is the fact that the Labour leader was brutalized, injured,
and it has worked so far for the Labour people.
So it's lost now for Labour.
Yes, police came out to say we held Joe Ajero for his safety. We're holding him so that more harm will not come to him. And Labour is saying we're trying to save the right eye. Is it right or the left eye of Joe Ajero? We're battling in the hospital to save him from going blind from that item. But the essence of this whole thing, so some have called the president to speak out, especially now that the CSO are calling president to speak out. The president might not really need to speak if we have a commissioner of police in Imo State. If we have the inspector general of police, why jump all of these people? Let's get a statement from the commissioner of police. Let's get a statement from the IGR. But Imo State had been in the news for the wrong reasons in recent times, and we really need to watch it as the Imo State people, so that there won't be any reason to cancel the election scheduled already for November 18th and maybe shifted to some other dates.